Mulch films in general are very important in agriculture because they help us to increase the crop yield. And the reason why they're able to do this is, through things like conservation of moisture. You avoid a lot of evaporation when you have mulch films. At the end of the cropping season, the farmer is then able to bury these mulches into the soil, where through the microbes, they will be able to fully biodegrade into carbon dioxide, water and biomass without leaving any toxic residue. One of the factors is actually mitigating cost. So for some of these farmers, they have to take care of things like weed. And you want a solution that would be able to mitigate against that, give you a protection against these weeds. But over and above that, for them to be able to take care of the weeds, they typically use weedicides or chemicals that are applied on these farms. Now with the mulches, you are able to do away with these, or rather reduce the quantities of the chemicals that you apply in the farm. By being able to control the soil temperature, I'm able to grow the crop at a faster rate, which leads to early harvesting. And that, it is beneficial to farmers greatly. Yeah. So this journey started almost 3 years ago, where we started with the lab design. Through our funding partners, we've had various funding partners, including FCDO in the project, that helped us to get funds to be able to design the formulations. At CSIR, we're lucky enough to have a pilot scale facility where we can scale some of these technologies to a pilot level. We then approached a number of industry partners where they actually helped us to demonstrate the manufacturability of the mulches.
So this is one of 8 Circular Economy Demonstration Fund projects that the Department of Science, Technology and Innovation is funding. It's in response to a newly launched Circular Economy Demonstration Fund call, and the aim of the call is to bring our national system of innovation, so universities and science councils, closer together with business and industry to help the private sector to de-risk and to scale circular interventions. So this was a really important one for us because of the current use of plastic in the agricultural sector, particularly fossil fuel-based plastics, which can be problematic, especially if they are ploughed back into field or if they degrade in field. You end up with microplastics in the soil, which we know impacts negatively on soil health, on water retention, things like that. So what's exciting about this project is that it is using a bio-based, biodegradable plastic mulch in agricultural application, and theoretically at end of life of that product, it should degrade back into the soil with very little to no environmental impacts.
As the Department of Science, Technology and Innovation, we decided to fund this project because we have realized that in order for us to stimulate some of the sectors of our economy, we need to involve science and technology. It gives us an opportunity to create employment, also to really save the jobs that are getting lost in other sectors. My wishes for this field trial is that we can be able to get it taken up broadly in the country first, and then really in the continent, because the trial is about how successful this is, and we are already seeing the good signs, so we want it to be taken up.
I think this mulch will save us a lot in terms of chemicals when we apply for the weedicide, as it is on a trial stage now. It will help a lot in terms of mitigating the weeds. I think I will recommend it to other farmers as well.
The idea of helping business to de-risk and to scale is that the private sector we know is going to drive the circular economy transition if we have the right enabling environment. But the circular economy asks for disruption and it asks for innovation because it asks us to rethink our relationship with resources. And so our universities and science councils play a very important role in helping the private sector to adopt circular practices, but to de-risk and scale circular interventions so that we can really fast track as a country our transition to a more circular economy, and with that, to decouple South Africa's development from resource consumption.
So we see it as being a game changer. We've had mulches before. The difference here is that we are trying to come up with a solution where the technology actually uses some of the raw materials that we can find locally to improve or to twin the performance of the biodegradable mulches. And with that, we're going to have a number of benefits coming out of it. One of which is the materials that we're getting locally. These are going to be sourced locally, they're going to be produced locally. Those economic activities, is going to help create jobs in those value chains, but impacting directly on the agricultural value chain, because at the end of the day, we want the farmers to be able to increase their crop yield in a sustainable manner.